Welcome back. We're here with Tim Hudak. I want to talk more about the imbalance we have between supply and demand for housing within Ontario. And I kind of touched on what our role as an industry is, but in the broader scope, what should be happening here to correct that imbalance?
So let me start with demand. So on the demand side, you've got a generation of millennials who are now in the career zone, they're having kids, so they're in the housing market.
Yeah.
You got the bank of mom and dad, right? The boomer generation, which is the wealthiest because they've worked hard and saved. They want to give money to the kids.
And they have equity in their homes right now.
You got it. They want to see their kids get the same, so they're helping out. You've got about 100,000 immigrants per year coming into the Toronto area, the Greater Golden Horseshoe, including Barrie, about 200,000. They see this as a great place to live and work, the Canadian dream. And because the economy here, while not going gangbusters, is stronger than the rest of Canada, a lot of Canadians coming here. And mortgage rates, even though they've gone up a bit, are still relatively low in our lifetimes and low for our parents.
And you look at it over a 30-year perspective,
you got it.
We're still doing quite well.
Yeah,
right
so
now.
all that's driving up demand. And those are good problems to have, like a lot better than the opposite. Problem is, we got all these people coming in, but you got a lot more people chasing fewer and fewer houses. That drives up prices. A number of sales in Barrie, while the prices have gone up, sales are down because of lack of inventory. And I will give credit to Mayor Lehman and Council, and they have added more land in southern Barrie, but the province has to do a better job. One area, every budget, the province has money for infrastructure, water, sewer, roads, rail. Why not target that money to communities that have housing ready, land available, so that millennial couple can find a place in Barrie or wherever, and the province backs it up with water, sewer, roads, and rail. What I worry about is for the 28 and 30-year-olds in Barrie that are watching today, you know, they're kind of screwed when it comes to buying a home that they can afford. So we got to do something about it, or rentals. And when Barrie has such high rental rates and such low vacancy, that tells me that the government's policy to impose rent controls, it may sound good in the short term, but what it means is that a lot of mom and pop renters are not going to get in the business because they're not going to have a return, so they'll invest elsewhere. It'll mean existing landlords are not going to invest back in their properties to make them nicer. When the market was heating up here in Barrie and in the Greater Toronto area, no surprise the government will try some policies to cool it off. They don't want it to get spinning out of control. But honest to God, it's been like a huge pile-on. You've got the province that brought forward what they call the fair housing plans and new taxes and such. You had some municipalities like Toronto piling on with a land transfer tax increase. Thank God you don't have that in Barrie, thanks to fight by realtors to stop it a couple of years ago. And then the federal government has hiked mortgages several times. They brought in tougher rules to get a mortgage, and the latest one that just came out about having making it much more difficult for careful savers, like people who have paid mortgages, can put down more than 20%, right? Like, why are they being punished? So my message to government, and those that are watching back home, pump the brakes, ease off, let the market play out, don't stamp it into the ground.